Currency is a funny old thing, isn't it? We become obsessed with it to the point that we kind of forget it is literally paper that we apply an arbitrary value to, because God knows the gold standard stuff doesn't stick anymore. Cryptocurrency is arguably even more ridiculous, but over the last decade or so, it has exploded in popularity to the point that you can pay for a surprising amount of stuff with a blockchain-based currency. Travel is one of those industries that is starting to embrace the phenomenon, and in this video, we're going to be running down how you can use your crypto to journey the world. Raising funds. Travel is now probably more affordable than it has ever been before, not least because the COVID-19 pandemic left the entire industry in tatters. But even before coronavirus, travel has been growing cheaper with each passing year, especially in the aviation industry. If you live in Europe, you can travel to multiple neighboring countries for less than 100 euros, and you can even find cheap rates for some of the more traditionally expensive journeys if you book in advance and travel at an off-peak time. That being said, international travel still isn't accessible for everyone, and saving up the money to board a plane can be very tough, especially if you have other responsibilities like paying bills or supporting children. One way in which crypto can help you travel is by actually providing the funds to do so in the first place, as investing in Bitcoin and other forms of cryptocurrency can give you a strong passive income that opens the door to travel for those who usually cannot afford it. Obviously, it must be kept in mind that at all times, investing in crypto is always a risk. You can definitely lose money, but if you put in time to research the process and form a proper investment strategy, there's a very good chance that crypto can help you pay for an extra holiday every year. Flights. Booking a flight can be incredibly stressful, and when you actually get to the airport, it seems that the stress increases tenfold. Part of what makes this process so arduous is the cost of air travel in the first place, as well as organizing yourself and making sure you get to where you need to be on time. One significant way in which crypto can ease the burden of booking and managing a flight is by being one of the options for payment. You don't need to sell your crypto to gather up the dollars to then book your flight. You can directly pay with your crypto, saving you all of that hassle. A growing number of airlines and travel websites are beginning to embrace crypto as a valid form of payment, and given how popular it's all becoming, we can expect plenty more to follow suit. Latvian airline Air Baltic became the first to accept cryptocurrency in 2014, and since then many have followed. Finally, just this last year, we saw the launch of the Universal Air Travel Plan, UATP, an airline-owned payment network that accepts crypto payment for all of its members, meaning that over 300 airlines around the world can now sell tickets for crypto. There's a huge variety of options thanks to UATP, from Lufthansa and British Airways to Japan Airlines and JetBlue, meaning you'll never have a shortage of possible destinations for your crypto getaway. Hotel rooms. Let's say you do use your crypto to book your flight to sunny Germany, for example. Before you get stuck into some bratwurst and beer, you're probably going to want to find a place to stay, right? Well, luckily, much like the aviation industry, hotels are rapidly beginning to accept cryptocurrency as a valid form of payment. Travala.com, for example, currently allows you to book more than 3 million worldwide travel products, including hotel accommodation, using crypto as payment. It's becoming so commonplace, in fact, that in the second quarter of 2021, Travala recorded that 70% of all their bookings were paid for with cryptocurrency. Now, this certainly doesn't mean that you can rock up to any hotel and expect them to accept your Dogecoin as payment. The payment method is still somewhat on the fringe, unfortunately, but it's definitely worth at least checking out your options at this point. The odds are you probably can find somewhere that will accept your crypto, such as one of the hotels belonging to the luxury Kessler Collection family. Hopefully, as the years go by and the payment method becomes more widely accepted, you'll be able to check into any room without a second thought, leaving you having to spend less time picking an acceptable way of paying and more time at the pool. We've spent some time now outlining the possibilities available to you with regards to crypto travel, but the next question you need to ask yourself is this: should you use crypto to travel? There are definitely both pros and cons when it comes to using this form of payment, but don't you worry, we're going to run them down so that you can make your mind up. Aren't we kind? The pros of Bitcoin travel. Though it isn't utterly flawless, there are plenty of benefits to paying with crypto that make an incredibly attractive proposition. The first and most obvious of those is undoubtedly the amount of money you can save by not having to worry about currency exchange rates and international fees. Whenever traveling abroad, one of the biggest headaches you have to deal with is actually budgeting your time in a foreign country, and part of that headache comes down to the fact that most countries do not use the same currency as you. This means you have to go through the effort of getting your money exchanged, which, by the way, comes with its own fee, and then you have to deal with the fact that you might lose money just by the virtue of exchanging it. Not all currencies are created equal, unfortunately, so if you're a Canadian looking to holiday in the UK, you're in for a world of pain. Crypto makes this all a lot easier because cryptocurrencies are global, so anything you're paying with them will be the same price regardless of where in the world you are. You can also use crypto ATMs to draw out money that matches the currency of the country you're in, vastly reducing the amount you'd lose out on from the exchange rate. Another bonus here is that cryptocurrency, for the most part, acts as a stable currency where some countries' currencies will fluctuate in value, costing you further funds when it comes time to exchange. The cons of Bitcoin travel. We've talked up a lot of the great pros of crypto travel, so it's only fair that we address the other end of the spectrum, the issues of crypto. And, unfortunately, there's quite a lot. Firstly, cryptocurrencies, while avoiding the instability of exchange rates, are still potentially volatile and can experience crashes like any other currency. Normally, if, say, the dollar crashed, it would be bad, but at least your money is still worth the same as everyone else's. Say you make the decision to use crypto instead of exchanging your money for euros when you visit Switzerland, and then your crypto crashes, you fall from having enough to spend on a plane ticket to barely enough to cover a meal. For this reason, it's advisable that you bring backup money in the form of a national currency, even if you don't intend on using it. Another issue is that a lot of places have actually banned crypto payments, so if you want to visit any of these locations, you can forget about using crypto altogether. Algeria, Bolivia, Egypt, China, Vietnam, and Nepal are those who straight up won't allow you to use crypto, while places like Russia and Pakistan haven't actively banned it, but they generally don't accept it either. It's also worth noting that payments made using cryptocurrency are not covered by any consumer protections, meaning you have no consumer rights when paying for a good or service using your crypto. This is perhaps the biggest issue, and it means you need to be very careful with what you're paying for because there's no way back. Top tips for traveling with crypto. Ultimately, then, it is up to you to weigh the pros and cons of crypto travel and make a decision for yourself. But if you do elect to make use of this bold new way of traveling, we'd like to leave you with some of our top tips on how to make the process as painless as possible. Firstly, get yourself some flight insurance with Fizzy, a platform designed by French company AXA that offers automatic insurance claims by using smart contracts, meaning that at the very least, you'll be protected if your flight gets canceled or delayed. Secondly, use apps like CoinMap when booking your holiday to specifically look for a BTC-friendly location. If you're going to do this, you probably want to go somewhere that at least kinda embraces the entire crypto thing, and using CoinMap can help you locate somewhere that has a high number of crypto-friendly businesses. Next up, seriously consider investing in a proper wallet for your coins in the first place. Sure, you're less likely to get mugged if you're literally not carrying any cash on you, but if you don't have a secure wallet for your crypto, you could end up losing a lot more than the $20 or so you'd get rinsed for. And that's everything. Have you ever considered using cryptocurrency for travel? Do you plan on doing so now? Are there any other tips you'd like to share? Feel free to get active in the comments, and until next time, we'll see you soon.